caffeine tastes good. I never could figure it out. And then lo and behold, about a year or two later, Red Bull came out and they figured it out by using lots of sugar. And so, yes, indeed, energy drinks can cause gout. It's not only the sugar. Caffeine can also stimulate gout, too. But if you have a problem with gout, you want to consider it a pre-diabetic issue. It could also have something to do with the digestive system. Usually diabetic blood sugar issues do have a digestive component. But for gout, first and foremost, think about how you're metabolizing sugar and think about reducing your intake of sugar, especially fructose. Fruit sugar is notoriously linked to gout. So yes, to answer your question, energy drinks can be linked to gout, but not because of the energy part, but because of the sugar part, mostly. Okay?
Yeah, well, I've been doing a lot of juicing. Is that
same? If it's fruit juice, that's real. You know, fruits contain obviously some good things in them, but they're bred today to be super sweet. They're genetically modified. I'm not talking about necessarily high-tech genetic modification, but just by selective breeding. Over the last couple hundred, maybe even 1,000 years or so, we've selectively bred fruit to be super sweet. These days, they're genetically modified with high-tech mechanisms to be super sweet. But when you juice them, then they become ultra super sweet because you lose the fiber. And the fiber has a slowing down effect on the sugar, but when you juice, you lose that fiber. And then, yes, indeed, fruit juices can absolutely 100% be associated with gout, especially if they're processed and they're not fresh fruit juices. They're like the kind you buy in the grocery store. Those are really, those have very little health benefit. But even a fresh fruit juice, it'll have a little bit of health benefit, certainly, because fruits have some nutrients in them. But most of the nutrients in a fruit are located in the peel. So unless you're juicing the peel, and in juicing the rind, which is where all the good stuff is, there's some good stuff in the pulpy matter too. But for the most part, the good stuff is in the peel and in the rind. You're definitely going to get a big hit of sugar, and that can absolutely cause gout.
Even right? Well, I've been doing this after the fact. I've been doing carrot and apple, carrot and beet, and watermelon.
Dude, that's a swamp of sugar, man. That is a big hit of sugar. Carrot, beet, watermelon. Not that they don't have good things in them. I'm not ripping on carrots and beets and watermelon. Watermelon in particular has got something neat in it called citrulline, which we're going to be talking about next week. But the sugar load is just too intense, in my humble opinion.
Yeah.
All right, good to talk to you, Jason. I'm going to let you go now. Okay, buddy? Have a good day. Have a good day. All right, Chris in Iowa. What's up, man? Welcome to the bright side.
Hi. Yeah, I got a friend of mine to start taking the Tangy Tangerine, and then I got him on the whole Healthy Start Pack about a year and a half ago, and he lost about 160 pounds.
Are you kidding me?
No, he was like 520 or something.
Holy moly! He was
pretty bad. He had discoloration coming up his right leg.
How old was he?
31, 32.
And he was a 500-pounder?
Yeah, I mean, he since we were younger, he was 6'9" and
oh my goodness,
he was a refrigerator-wide football player.
That's amazing. But he lost 160 pounds using longevity.
Well, he was originally all the way up to about a 380. Said when he got out of college for football, and he'd been living on basically like 100-year-old diet because his parents were just outside of town and mostly garden fed, had their own chickens and stuff like that. Well, as soon as he moved out, basically that's when he started going off the deep end, basically.
He was eating the same way, but he was eating different types of food. Probably it wasn't the garden food.
It wasn't food that was worth it. So he just basically blew up like a balloon, and it took we got it on paper too because he started a job where they did a health risk assessment right when he started working there, which is maybe like a week into taking the Tangy Tangerine, and then at the year mark where they did it again, that's where we know it's 168 pounds or something like that. Just on a Tangy Tangerine. But he told me he was going sometimes only drinking Tangy Tangerine for like 3 or 4 days straight.
And he was fine, and he didn't keel over, obviously. That's awesome.
No, I do it too. I'll basically every day I'll eat like maybe one time a day a late supper meal. I'll go to sleep, get up in the morning, and sip Tangy Tangerine all day, and I'm not hungry.
You're not even hungry, right? That's so cool. That's so cool.
A lot of people, it's like, just stop eating for a couple days. And they look at me funny. I'm like, have you done it? And they're like, no. Well, then what do you know about it?
Isn't that interesting? People have opinions, but they don't know why they have their opinions. They just have their opinions.
I call it preconceived notions from television,
that's right.
You're like, what do you know about it? You watched it on a TV show where they just set a whole bunch of things up and recorded it just in time to cut to a commercial and try to sell you something.
I know. It's so important to be open-minded about these things. Healthy skepticism, I'm a scientist, and healthy skepticism is very, very important. But keeping your mind open, if you want to be maximally healthy or maximally successful in any endeavor or maximally successful in life, it is so important to keep an open mind, to accumulate as much data as you can, and then test your data. Come up with a hypothesis, a theory, a concept, accumulate data, and test it. These preconceived cognitive commitments, or as you say, Chris, preconceived notions that we get from media, from TV, from our parents, from our society, or from our culture, they're belief systems that don't serve us necessarily. For the most part, they don't serve us. They call them memes. You ever hear the term memes?
Oh, yeah.
M-E-M-E? These are memes. These are viral belief systems that are implanted in us that we need to be inoculated against. And these memes are information memes. This is what an InfoWar is really all about. By the way, I'm going to be on InfoWars today. For you guys who are listening to Alex Jones, I'll be on the show, on Alex's show later on today. Thanks for your call, Chris. Appreciate it.
Yep.
All right, sorry if we left you on hold. Once again, you guys got to call in early. I'm telling you, you got to call in early so we can get to as many calls as possible. So I apologize. I tried to get to everybody today, but it just didn't happen. All right, let's see. If you're in the Minnesota area, love to see you on Monday for my free health seminar at the Faith Tabernacle Gospel Fellowship International Church, 2025, 4th Street North in Minneapolis, 5:30 p.m. registration. Call Clinton Scott, 763-221-8432 for more information or to RSVP. Thanks for listening, folks. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Have yourselves a wonderful, spectacular, beautiful day. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Virtually anyone can hack your cell phone and track your calls, your texts, your emails, your every movement, but only if they can detect a signal. Stay one step ahead of hackers and Big Brother with a Block-It Pocket, a custom-made pocket infused with pure silver that creates a complete Faraday enclosure for your cell phone. For free shipping to the lower 48, visit blockitpocket.com or call 888-315-9618. blockitpocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
The experts at Web.com want to build your business a successful website for free, just like we did for these current Web.com customers.
We've used and looked at other website designers, but there's nobody better than Web.com.
Web.com can build your website in as little as 7 days free. Plus, we'll promote it on all the major search engines like Google, Yahoo, and Bing. If after 30 days you're happy, we'll continue to provide promotion, hosting, support, and maintenance, all for one low monthly fee. If not, cancel and pay nothing.
If you're in business today and you don't have a web presence, you won't be taken seriously.
Call right now and you'll also get a free .com or .net domain name for your new website, powered by VeriSign, the world's leading domain name provider.
Call 800-297-0154. That's 800-297-0154.
No upfront charge for site build, after which ongoing fees apply. Rights to site are relinquished when canceled. Domain included during